Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I have a treat for you. No, it's not candy, but it's just as sweet. Today's topic for today's video is comic books. Yes, I finally make a video, and yes, it's all the comic books I have in my collection, and yes, I've been collecting since 8th grade. But instead of bragging on how long I've been collecting these books for, let's get started. Why am I talking like this? Well, I am done remaking this video. I've remade it 10 times, and why? Well, because I dropped a comic, and then someone walked in on a video, and then one comic just like slipped out of my hands, and then made this weird noise, and I just had to stop the video. It's just like all these mishaps, and I'm just done. I'm just done. So let's get started. First comic book collection I ever started was by Roman Dirge, his series Lenore. As far as age, I would say any age is welcome to this series. There's nothing that would hold back. But I would say 13 and up if any restrictions were applied. But as far as the comic book goes, it has horror, it has humor, it has cuteness, it has weirdness, it has everything above and more. And I love it, and I love you, Lenore, and I love you, Roman Dirge. And I have most of the series. I am missing a couple comic books, but besides that, it's still badass, and I recommend it to all. If you're looking for a little bit of humor, a little bit of weirdness, a little bit of horror, pick this little girl up. It's a cute little dead girl named Lenore. The next comic book series I ever started after Lenore was Kick-Ass. Yes, I collect Kick-Ass comics, and yes, they do exist. It's not just a movie. A lot of people think, oh, where did this movie come from? Well, sometimes they do come from comic books. And I collected Kick-Ass after seeing the first movie. I saw the Kick-Ass collection on comic book shelf, and I was shocked to see that they existed in the comic book store I go to, and I picked one up, started reading it, and said, hey, I gotta buy this. But I didn't buy the first issues because me, like an idiot, said I saw the first one, I don't need the first issues. No, always buy first issues, first series at least, because there's a lot in comic books that are taken out for the pleasure of audiences to not be offended. There we go. And I was really upset when I saw Kick-Ass 2 because a lot of genius work that went into that series was taken out of the movie, and I do not appraise the director that did Kick-Ass 2. Kick-Ass 1 was pretty decent. It had better visuals than Kick-Ass 2, I believe, and the story in Kick-Ass 1 was way better. But as far as the comic book series go, let's get back to comic books. I enjoy every bit of the series and where it's going. Age restrictions, I would probably say 15 and up, if anything, because in Kick-Ass 3, in the series, in Kick-Ass 1, there's Hit Girl series, there's Kick-Ass 2, and now they're starting Kick-Ass 3. It gets a little raunchy, and I'm not gonna say with who or what, but there's some things that I would recommend kids not get involved in. And if the movie's rated R, obviously, the comic book being related to the movies, there's restrictions to ages. So I would definitely say 15 and up. But hey, if you like a dare and a little surprise, I would say take a risk. But I'm not your parent, I don't know who's watching, but I definitely recommend Kick-Ass. It's a cool, neat story outside of a comic book realm. When I mean comic book realm, I mean like the typical superhero. These are human superheroes, and besides fire departments and nurses and doctors being our heroes of every day, these heroes in Kick-Ass do a pretty badass job keeping the streets clean. The next small series that I just started, I'm just going to get through this real quick, is Deadly Class. It's about a group of assassins that try to get this guy to join, and I only read the first issue, so I can't really tell you what happens, but that's as far as I know. And as far as the art goes, it is amazing. Mark Millar wrote Kick-Ass, and the writer who wrote Deadly Class is Rick Remender, artist is Wes Craig, and then ink artist is Lee Louridge. And as far as the art that goes into this comic book, I praise it, I praise it, I praise it, because it transforms the story so well into a visual that it transforms from one page to the next, and I praise that. The idea of taking a picture and making it develop as a movie into the next page. Brilliant! And the story is really good too. The next series is my Villain series from DC. I only have 4 issues, and they're all different villains and different stories, obviously. We have Poison Ivy, the New 52, issue 1. Then we have Batman's Catwoman. I have 2 issues. I have 460 and 461. And then we just have Dark Knight Gallery, and it has different artists that contribute to Batman doing basically they're renditions of Batman and the villains. This comic book was my uncle's. It was ruined in a flood, so he gave it to me. He's like, yeah, it's ruined, I didn't want it. And I still hold on to it because you never know. You could get this fixed. It's not the end of the world, but I don't think as far as its value would ever go up. But as far for me, it is priceless. And let me talk a little bit about Poison Ivy. Okay, Poison Ivy, yeah, she's sex appeal. She's gorgeous. She has beautiful red hair, great body, but I definitely hate when I watch Comic-Con interviews with Poison Ivy cosplayers and they don't know shit about Poison Ivy. They just do it because they can show their tits and get attention. It's all about attention, ladies. Seriously, respect the comic books. You have people like me complaining. I know I'm no one to you and pretty much no one to the universe of DC or Marvel, but seriously, comic book people are sensitive when characters are disrespected. And I was really disrespected to see cosplayers just using her for tits and ass, because she's more than that. That's just me being a nerd. And the next series, I guess I could say, I started is Neil Gaiman, Death. This comic book, I recommend, well, this is all Death comics in one hardcover, and I recommend ages 13 and up, just because it's kind of elaborate in some of the work and story. As far as DC, it depends on the writer and the issue, so I can't really recommend age restrictions and where it would lie within whose age, but, you know, take a dare. Like I say, you know, comic books can shock any age in a good way, and if it's in a bad way, then obviously the interest isn't there. But I really enjoy Neil Gaiman's art, definitely for Death, and storyline, because I'm really, really involved in this, and there's a lot of comics, and I enjoy it to the fullest. And I do have a separate, you know, soft cover, I guess, of one of the issues that are in the hardcover, and then I do have the art gallery that is in this book as well. But these were gifts from my uncle before 8th grade, and then this is my birthday gift that I got, so I was really happy. And as far as what goes into this series, it has deep thought, it has adventure, and it has creativity to the extreme. I really enjoy the storylines that go into this comic. Neil Gaiman's known for Sandman, which is Death's younger brother, and that series is just as deep and just as elaborate, and the art that goes in here is pretty badass for those who like kind of like a gothic tone to their comic books. Now, the last series I've been collecting and started more recently is Wonder Woman. I do have issue 1, the New 52, but I also have Wonder Woman, Spirit of Truth. I forgot the title. It's not on the back. But regardless, what I love about this book, it does give the background of Wonder Woman, where she came from, and why she got so involved with mankind. I enjoy the art that goes into it because it looks like it's painted rather than inked, and it looks like multiple canvases went into one page, and the quotes in here are really deep for Wonder Woman. Like, the story is by Alex Ross and Paul Dini, and I don't know if I could find a quote that, I mean, it's all pretty much illustrated in Wonder Woman's eyes, but I'm trying to find, I just want you guys to have a little taste of Wonder Woman's generosity and care towards mankind. There was one quote that I found in here that I was like, oh, that sums up Wonder Woman completely. Okay, here it is. My real victory is in the lives that have been spared, for where there is life, there is the chance for new ideas, tolerance, and understanding. That's triumph enough for any warrior. And then we have this beautiful picture of Wonder Woman overlooking Mother Earth and the human society. And that's why I love her so much, because she's so deep in saving mankind and helping those who are usually put down or restricted to being saved. But yes, I have a couple small picks. I don't have a continuous series, I have the New 52 issue 1, I have issue 600 Wonder Woman, I have Savage Moon issue 31, and then I have issue 95 Fall of Amazon. And this is the 100th century edition. What the fuck? I can't read that. I don't have my glasses. I just said century. Let's deal with it that way. But that is basically all the comic books I have on hand. I don't know where any others are, and if I'm missing some, I apologize. I'm going to keep collecting Lenore, Wonder Woman, Poison Ivy, Kick-Ass, Death, and Deadly Class. Those are my top favorites, obviously, because they've been collecting for so long and been involved with them for so long. I do enjoy other comic books, like I love Flash. I think he's pretty cool as a superhero. Sandman is really cool for Neil Gaiman as well. And as far as Roman Durst, he has smaller books out there that are pretty cute and creepy. And I recommend them all. And I hope I gave all the age restrictions. Wonder Woman is pretty much neutral. At any age can really read and get involved with her. There's nothing restricting about those series. And it's just usually Kick-Ass, Deadly Class, some DC comics are restricting, and the Death, it just depends on your reading level, because there are some elaborate things in there that are, even at my reading level, I'm like, what the fuck does he mean? And you just have to have deep thoughts. But I love that about comic books and stories, and when they can get you out of your element of whatever you're feeling, that is a true victory, my friends. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, and concerns, leave them below, and I'll be happy to get to you. I hope to have an updated series on where I'm at with my comic books, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you on the flip side. Later.